To find the relative frequency for a given class, here's an example problem. Write down this list of numbers. You're going to need it to refer to it when we go to the next screen. Next up, with the list of numbers you just wrote down, put them into the following classes to find the frequency. Frequency only for the first part. The frequency for this should be 3962, and the total adds up to 20, which is important. If you have more or less, then you've added one too many or not enough. Alright, from that point on, we can find the cumulative frequency as well. We have 3, 9, 6, and 2 for the frequency. Now let's go through and find the cumulative frequency for each one. What's the cumulative frequency for the first class? 3. What's the second? Third? And the last one? 20. Now we have to find the relative frequency. The relative frequency is the frequency divided by the total items that you have. And since the denominator is 20 and we're looking for the percent, all you really have to do is multiply the numerator by 5, and that would give you 15%. Or you can divide 3 by 20 and then multiply by 100. You should still come back with 15. So for the RF, for the second class, it's 9 over 20. What percent should that be? 45. And what percent should 6 over 20 be? 30. And what percent should 2 over 20 be? 10. Now go back and add these up and see if they come out to be 100. We have 15, 60, 90, and then 10. So yes, it all works out. And these are your answers. That's what we're concentrating on today, is the relative frequency. For the practice problem, copy down these numbers first, and then we'll leave that screen and I'll show you the table that you have to fill in. Use the data you just copied down to fill in this chart. You can fill in the chart at your desk, but the only thing you have to bring up for your answer would be the relative frequency for each class. That's all you have to bring up, and bring them up in order in a column. That's the only thing you need. The frequency should be 3, 6, 5, and 2 for that data set. Then when you do the cumulative frequency, 3, 9, 14, and then 16. Now from that point, to find the relative frequency, you need the frequency over 16, since that's how many there are. So 3 over 16, 6 over 16, 5 over 16, and 2 over 16. Now 3 divided by 16 is going to come out to be 18.75%, so round that to 19. And then 6 over 16 comes out to be 37.5. Now you've rounded one up. If you round this one down, that might be fine, but yesterday we'll follow the same thing. We'll do rounding up to 38, and then 5 divided by 16 is 31. You're rounding down on that one. And then 2 divided by 16 is 12.5. You're rounding up to 13. Before we finish this, let's check and see if it adds up to be 100. If it doesn't, we got to do it again. 19 and 38 is 57, 88, 101. So we have to make this come out to be 100, and we have 1 to get rid of. Remember that we rounded up on this one, and this one. So at this point you could have several possible answers. So some of yours may be different, but we'll still count it as being right. If you have 19 and 38 that you both rounded up, then you can round one of them down. Let's round the second one down and make that 37. So if you had 19, 38, 13, and then 12, that's fine. We'll do 19, 38, 31, and 12 as a possible answer, or 19, 37, 31, and 13 is a possible answer. Does anybody have either of those? Copy down this list of numbers. Find the frequency for the data set using these classes. Here are the frequencies, 3553, the CF is 381316, and for the RF you need 3 over 15, 5 over 15, 5 over 15, and then 3 over 15. 3 over...
16.
Oh, 16? Oh my gosh, I did 15 all the way down. She said 15 and it just threw me completely off. That's the last thing I remembered hearing, so that's what I wrote down. There we go. So 3 over 16 should be 18.75. So if we round that one up, we're good. And then 5 out of 16 is 31.25, so it's 31. That one's a round down, and there was no need to round that one up to begin with, so we don't have to alternate. And then, of course, this will still be 31 because it's still 5 out of 16. And then 3 out of 16, this is 19. Let's see if it adds up. 31 and 31 is 62, plus 38 is 100. So the way it is there, it works out.